Hello, can you make me the presenter? Hello, is there anyone? Can you make me presenter? Hello, can you able to see my screen? Okay, so let me start the session today. Uh, Hi guys. So today we are going to see about SES. So last time we have seen what is SNS. So SNS is a simple notification service. Yeah guys. So SES, AWS SES is a simple email service. So we are going to have an introduction about what is Amazon Web Services simple email service. So what is SES? So Amazon SES is an email platform that provides an easy and cost-effective way for you to send and receive email using your own email address and domain. So you doesn't want to change your email address or you doesn't want to move your email to a different email address. So then SES is an email platform that provides an easy, cost-effective way for you to send and receive email using your own email addresses and domains. So for example, so you can other types of correspondence such as newsletters. When you use an Amazon SES, so it can use to you can responders, email unsubscribe systems, and applications that generate customer support tickets from incoming email. So what are these things they are trying to say is when you are sending an email, we can send an email using SES. But the other end, when a receiver is receiving an email from using Amazon services, he can develop a software solutions, making the email as an auto reply email or unsubscribe systems. Email unsubscribe systems is if you are getting lot of emails from from one sender and you don't want to receive any emails from other senders, so what you can do is customer. periodically, and you can generate from those emails that can be kept as a result tickets or closed tickets or something like that. We can work on the tickets and we can close the tickets, or we can resolve the tickets. We can troubleshoot the issues that came for those tickets, and we can drop and close the tickets. So that if the tickets are closed, the same application can generate an email and send back to the customer saying that the issue has been resolved and it has been closed from our side. So that is the use of SES. So what is the third one is you only pay so you can send and receive you are paying, you can what all things you are using only for that. Yes. Why AWS SES? So building a large scale email solution is often a complex and costly challenge for a business. So what is the building a large scale solution, email solutions often a complex and costly challenge for businesses. If you want to start a business and your business is a customer care business. So if you are starting a business, you want to keep your business active by either dropping mails to the person who are your customers, or either giving a service to the customers saying that we are having these are the services. So to drop an email to a customer and to receive an email from any customer, we need large scale email solution. For example, we need an email relay server from our end and receiving email relays in the customer's ends. So you must deal with infrastructure. So what is infrastructure? Infrastructure is that setting up the relay servers from your side and on their side. That is the infrastructure. So you must deal with infrastructure challenges. So what is infrastructure challenges? Is you have to build a data center with the email relay servers. For building a data center, or you must rent a data center, you must rent a server, a physical server, and you have to manage those servers, and you have to configure those network configuration from where to where it has been configured, and IP addresses, you have to allocate IP addresses. So additionally, what are the other things you may want is many third-party email solutions require contract and price negotiations as well as significant upfront cost. So as I said last time, what are upfront costs? Upfront costs are those the investments made for your business. So before starting a business, you should put an investment, then you have to start a business. So here, what Amazon is saying is you need not to put any investments. You are just using the infrastructure that it is with them, and you are paying for the infrastructure that what you have used for from them. So that is the main thing here. So Amazon SES eliminates these challenges and enables you to benefit from the years of experience and sophisticated email infrastructure what Amazon.com has built to serve its own large-scale customer base. So this line is saying is So we need not to pay for the rent for the data center, the servers, or the IP addresses, or the third-party email solutions. So what we can do is we can use the email relay servers of the Amazon that has been already built by Amazon and maintained by Amazon for its large-scale customer base. So Amazon has a large-scale customer base. So to maintain those customers, they're having their own data centers and their own email relay servers. So what we are going to do here is we are going to just use the relay Amazon relay servers for Harley base. So what we are going to do, we are going to configure email service in the relay server, and we are going to use it depending on the Harley base. So per hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on your requirement, you can use their own large scale customer base. Okay. The next we'll see with the what are the services that can be used with Amazon SES, AWS SES with other services. So Amazon email capabilities to any application that runs on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud instance by using AWS SDKs or a Amazon SES API. So if you want to send an email to Amazon SES from an EC2 instance, you can get started with Amazon SES for free. So the email capabilities to any application that runs, the email capabilities to any application that runs on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud? It is an instance. So it is an Amazon EC2 instance. Instance is like a server. So by using Amazon SDKs or Amazon SES API is Amazon program. So using that programming inside the instance, if you want to send an email to Amazon ECS from an EC2 instance, you can start that ECS for free. So if you don't have any EC2 instances inside Amazon, you can directly avail the service by using the management console, log into the management console, then configure the Amazon SES service, and you can use that service for payment. So for Harley payment. So but if you are having any Amazon EC2 instance, so you will get it for free. So that is the benefit of using Amazon EC2 instances while using Amazon SES service. So you can use this SES service by configuring this SES service in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk. So what is Amazon Elastic Beanstalk is? It is like a open platform for configuring or developing anything using your programs. So if you want to launch a Java program or you want to have a Java engine to compile a Java program, you can go for Elastic Beanstalk. So what they're saying here is use AWS Elastic Beanstalk to create an email-enabled application. So using Java, what are the things you can do? You can create an apps. So applications can be created such as a program that uses SES to send a newsletter to the customers. So using this platform as a service from AWS, Amazon Elastic Beanstalk, to create an email-enabled application such as program that uses Amazon SES to send a newsletter to the customers. And you can also set up an Amazon simple notification service or Amazon SNS to notify you of your emails that bounced, produced a complaint, or were successfully delivered to the recipient's mail server. When you use Amazon SES to receive emails, your email content can be published to Amazon SNS topics. So as last time I said what is Amazon SNS topics. So Amazon SNS topics is the topics created for notifying a specific group or specific distribution list or a specific company's employees. So that is the SNS topic. So this Amazon SNS topics can be configured to notify you of your emails that are bounced in the sense. So if you are dropping an email to a customer and the customer's emails are not delivered and they are reverted back to you. So in that case, what it will do, Amazon SES will do is it will produce a message saying that your emails are bounced and it has not been delivered to the appropriate person. Okay, so for that doing that we can configure an SES. And if the emails are successfully delivered also, you will be received a notification saying that the email has been successfully delivered to the recipient's mail server and it has been read by the concerned person. So when you use Amazon SES to receive emails, your email content can be published to Amazon SNS topic. So as I said, when you are receiving an email from SES, you can push that email to an SNS topics, and if you want to push it to a specific group or a specific person or a specific DL list, it can be done. So the next other services is control user access to your email sending by using AWS Identity and Access Management. So in AWS we have a service. So what is that service is Amazon Web Services Identity and Access Management, that is known as abbreviated as IAM. So what this IAM do is it gives the control list the access and control the access for n number of users. So using this, you can control your user access to your emails sending by using this identity. So if you want to send to a specific user, or if you want a specific user to read this email, you can do that by using this Amazon Identity and Access Management. And you can also avail a service to store your emails inside the S3 bucket. For example, so S3 bucket is the concept of AWS services where you can simply store your object-oriented file. So, what are the object-oriented files? So these are the object-oriented files. So object-oriented files, for example, if you can store a big slice of video, you can size a big storage size of data into an Amazon S3 packet. So what is this S3 is simple storage service. So this SSS is converted into S3 and it is known as Amazon S3. So n number of emails if you are getting from using SES, you can store all those emails in Amazon S3. Then the third one is take action on a received emails by triggering AWS Lambda functions. So AWS as an another service, it is known as Lambda. What is the main purpose of this Lambda is if you are using any services inside, it is used to upgrade or it is used to configure more things for a simple service. So for example, if you are dropping and if you are getting an email, so you want to keep those emails in S3 bucket or you want to keep those emails as Amazon Glacier storage. So it will transfer the related emails which you want to store in S3 or into Amazon Glacier will be redirected using this Lambda function. So use AWS key management service to optionally encrypt the mail you receive in your Amazon S3. So what is this Amazon KMS key management service is? It is storing your emails in an encryption mode. So what is the use of encryption? Encrypting is making the message more and more secured compared to the previous one. So if you are sending a message as AWS key management service in a sentence, so you don't want other people to view your message apart from you. So what people will do is they'll make the message to encrypt and it will store it in the S3 bucket with a password. So whenever some other people are trying to open the message, so nothing will be seen except foreign characters or different types of characters that may be in unreadable format. So unreadable and ununderstandable format. So that is like if only you are the person, you are the right person, you can open it with your password, then the email will be visible for you and it will be in a readable format. If some other people who are trying to access those emails, then if they try to open that email, it will be in an unreadable format. So that is the purpose of encryption. So you can keep your messages encrypted inside an Amazon S3 bucket. Use CloudTrail to log SES API call that you make using the console or the Amazon SES API. And publish your email sending events to Amazon CloudWatch. So what is this is publish you can publish those emails you can publish those emails using a log, a CS API call that make using the console or the Amazon CS API. So what is Cloud Trail is? Cloud Trail is like a log collector. So whatever happens inside the management console, it will collect the logs and it will be kept for future references. So inside the server, if you are logging inside the server, we have an event log. So what that event log does is it does all the things, it logs all the events that has been occurred inside the server. For example, if a person named Suresh is logging into the server with his login credentials, so his login event will be recorded inside with the log in the event log. And whenever, if you want to see who has logged into the server and who has used the server, who has restarted the service or who has shut down the service, so everything will be kept in the log. If you go and see in the event log, these things will be visible and we can able to identify who has done all those events or things. So that is the main purpose of the log collector. So AWS Cloud Trial is a log collector which logs Amazon SCA API calls. So Amazon email calls, which it will log the calls and link the console using the console or the Amazon SCS API. It will log the files from the console or using Amazon SCS API. So publish your email sending emails to Amazon CloudWatch. So what is CloudWatch? As I said, CloudWatch is like a reporting tool to the management console. So what is a reporting tool is if your server is down or if your server is not running or if there's any services inside the server is not running, so that events can be collected using the CloudWatch. So after the events has been collected from the CloudWatch, using SCS or SMS, as I said earlier, you can drop the email, you can drop an email or drop a notification or publish your email sending events so that those events are displayed to the user or it can be received by the user. So that is the main purpose of the CloudWatch. So if you publish your email sending events to Kinesis Firehouse. So Kinesis Firehouse is another service that is given by AWS. So I'll let you know briefly in coming sessions. So you can access them in. So if you publish those email sending events to Kinesis Firehouse, we can access them in Amazon Redshift, Amazon Elasticsearch Service, and Amazon S3. So Amazon Redshift and Amazon S3 is Amazon S3 is related to storage and Amazon Redshift is related to database servers. So that also I'll let you know in the coming classes. So how to send an email and how this works. So sending email with Amazon SCS. So when you send an email, you are sending it to some type of outbound email server. For example, if you want to drop a email, you need outbound server, and to receive an email, you need an inbound relay server. So what is outbound and inbound relay server is when you are sending an email that has to be transferred through internet. How to go to internet? So from your email relay server, it will reach the internet. So what is the work of the email relay server is to give you email account with an storage. So this email account is given by email relay server. So when you're sending it to some type of outbound email relay server, that email server may be provided by your internet service provider. So what is the internet service provider is? For example, BSNL is an ISP, internet service provider. Airtel, who are the people who are providing you the service or providing you the internet service is the internet service provider. So here your example, your company's IT department, or you might have set it up for yourself. So the email relay server will be set up by either by your internet service provider or the company where you are working. That IT department sets up the email relay server. So the email server accepts your email content. First, how this works is when you're dropping an email, the email will be accepted by your email server, which accepts the email content, format it to comply with email standards. What is that email standard is? All email relay servers are running with some email standards. So you cannot oblige those standards or you cannot cross those standards and you cannot send the mails. So the same format has to be sent across the same standards. Then sends the email over the internet. So what this email delay server will do will accept the email content from your side and it will send the emails through internet. So this is the internet where the internet service provider sits. So the email may pass through other servers until it eventually reaches the receiver. So how this happens is, so if we have 10 servers in between the sender and the receiver, so 10 are different delay servers sitting in different locations. So when a guy from one location is sending an email, so first it will go to the email relay server. From the email relay server, it will take n number of hops. The hops is taking next server, then the next server. It will take n number of hops before reaching the right person email relay server. So the email may pass to the other servers until it eventually reaches a receiver or an entity such as an ISP. That is the internet service provider that receives the emails on behalf of the recipient. So on the other side, if they are using a different internet provider, for example, a sender may use BSNL as an internet service provider and a receiver may use Airtel as an internet service provider. So between these BSNL and Airtel, you have n number of hops where different types of receivers, that is the relay servers, act as receivers and as senders. So the receiver, after the email has been received by either by the ISP on behalf of the recipient, the receiver then delivers the email to the recipient. So after it comes to the internet service provider, that for here I am saying an example as from BSNL, a recipient is sending an email to a recipient with using an ISP as Airtel. So the receivers, what this Airtel receiver is doing, the receiver then delivers the email. That is Airtel ISP is delivering the email to the recipient and the recipient is able to see the email. So we are going to see a diagram that illustrates the basic email sending process of SES. So this is the basic email sending process of SES. 1 minute, friends. So this is the picturization of an SES sending email with Amazon SES. So who is the sender? As I have said, sender is the person who is lone owner of messages and the recipient will be the lone owner of receiving the messages from the sender. So here what it is showing is the email server, a sender, a email server, internet, and Amazon simple email service. Once again, the internet and the receiver and the recipient. So we'll keep as an example for a recipient as Ramesh and sender as Suresh. So Suresh is trying to send an email using his email delay server. So he is keeping his email delay server from his side. So what is this? They are kept as optional is in Amazon SES service. Either the user is having the server. If the user is not having the server, then the SNS Amazon itself will provide a email relay server or sender's email server. So that's what they are kept as optional. Either it can be or it cannot be. If you are using a direct SES service, then it cannot be. So what have here happened is sender is trying to send an email message using the relay server. From the relay server, the message is transferred to the internet. So internet, what is the internet? Is the ISP, internet service provider, who provides the internet services for you. So we are keeping Ramesh's internet as, that is the sender's internet as BSNL, and we are keeping the recipient's Suresh internet as AT. So what happens is the sender is typing a message, a content, and he is dropping the message using his server to the internet. So through the internet, the messages are getting transferred to the Amazon email service, that is Amazon Simple email service. So from the email, Amazon Simple email service, it is once again transferred to the internet. So from there, the ISP is searching for the receiver and it is sending the email service or the email to that receiver's system or relay server. So once it reaches the email relay server, then the email will be transferred to the known recipient who wants to receive the message or who has been notified for a new message from the sender. So this is how this sending email with Amazon SES happens. So what are the benefits of sending an email using SES or configuring an email service using SES? There are many ways to send email. Amazon SES is ideal for customers who are sending email from Amazon EC2 instance. So what is this Amazon is saying is, so people who are not having EC2 instance will not be given a free service. But people who are having an Amazon EC2 instance will be served for free to some extent. So that is the thing that is said here by AWS. So Amazon EC2 who don't or who don't wish to provide an service doesn't have the people has to rely only on EC2. Either they can configure the service directly in the management console. So Amazon EC2 who don't wish to support their own software application to do the heavy lifting of email transport. So if you are using EC2, you don't want to take risk of configuring an email relay server on the same server where you run some database or something like that. So you don't want to take a risk. So you can go directly to Amazon email service and you can use it. The second one is either an internal or third-party solution who wish to eliminate the additional complexity and expense. So that's what the previously has been said. So if you want to create a data center and keep a server and keep an email relay server and you have to provide a 24/7 power supply to the data center, you have to maintain the data center. So why you want to unnecessarily spend a lot of money instead of if you can go for Amazon SES service and you can pay as you go. So you don't want to pay for a lot of cost. You don't want to invest a forefront of front up cost. Instead of that, you can go to Amazon and you can purchase an SES service so that you can send emails uh, or you can receive emails without putting any investment on your business or service. So what are the highlights of this email simple email service from Amazon is eliminate complexity of hosting email yourself or by a third party service. So what is this eliminate complexity of hosting email yourself or by a third party service is if something you're hosting an email relay server. If something happens to that server, so what is the purpose of having a relay server then? If the email relay server is not working, you cannot send emails and you want to work on the data center. So a lot of issues will be, you need to find out whether the issues is from network end side or using or any internet service provider or something others, then you need to manage it. So you don't have that much of time. If you don't have that much of time, you can go for SES. You don't want to manage anything. You don't want to rely on power supply. You don't want to rely on data center, and you don't want to put money or you don't want to invest money on hardwares and softwares for those servers. Simply, you can go to SES, simple email service in AWS console, and you can configure that. Then the next highlight is applications can send email using the single API call in Java, .NET, PHP, Perl, or HTTPS. So applications can if you want to configure an application to send an SES, you can do it, and you can configure that using an API call by programming languages like Java, .NET, PHP, Perl, or either using the HTTPS service that is available on your system or EC2 instance. Uh, then the fully leverage Amazon proven cloud computing infrastructure. So the third, what is the third point saying is we don't want to have any confusion on the reliability or the connectivity side, as the Amazon is giving you a perfect and proven computing infrastructure. What is the computing infrastructure is, as I said, it's a data center having a number of servers, even relay servers or database servers or any other servers. So like that, you don't want to have a confusion and you don't want to have any doubt because your email may get failed or if your email may not be delivered. So don't no doubts, as the Amazon has its own fully maintained and fully functional 24/7 data centers around the world. And the fourth point is optimized for high levels of uptime and availability. As I said, optimize for high levels of uptime and availability is the server will never shut down, and you should not and you won't you should not have any doubts, as the server will not be working for some time, or the availability of the servers will be less like that, as it is purely maintained by AWS. So intelligently scales when your business as your needs grow. So as I said, here the auto scaling concept, as I said in the last class, here the auto scaling concepts comes in. So what is that intelligently scales with your business as your need grows? So whenever you are sending lot of messages or lot of emails, so it checks on your emails and it can increase your traffic by adding resources using the auto scaling mode. So this auto scaling mode is known as scalability, as you can scale depending upon your needs. You can increase depending upon your needs. If instead of you are getting 1,000 emails, you are getting 10,000 emails, to withstand those 10,000 emails and to store those 10,000 emails, you need resources. So you don't want to go and configure those resources. It can be auto configured using the auto scaling option. Either it can be a storage one, or it can be a traffic network one, or or it can be on the processing side of a server, that is the CPU or RAM. So this can be automatically scaled up for this email relay service. So designed for ease of use with Amazon EC2 and AWS Elastic Beanstalk. As I said, if we are having an Amazon EC2 instances, then you would happily go for Amazon simple email services, as it is free of cost. Then it is free usage tier for emails originating from other AWS services. So what is this free usage tier? You may have a doubt. You are saying that it is um, paid as per hourly base. But once again, you are saying that it is free usage type. So what is the meaning here is, Amazon says that if you are getting an email and you have configured a notification, for example, if you have configured a notification, if your database in the Redshift cluster is going to shut down or something like that. If you are having those notifications configured from those Amazon services and you want to receive it, then it will be totally free. If you are already a customer of Amazon, that is AWS services, then the Amazon simple email service would be an extra fruit, or would be an extra delight for you to use it. Then we are coming to SES concepts. So email sending. So what is that email sending? What are the concepts? How conceptually you can see this is, you can send a formatted or a raw message depending on your use case. So you can either format a message or you can send a raw message depending on your use. So how it is done is send email API. So using an API, Amazon API sends a properly formatted message. All you provide is the form, is the from and to addresses, subject and body. So, so using an Amazon API, you can send an SES with a properly formatted message. Only you have to fill up the things is from whom. If you are sending the message, you can fill up your name and to which person you are sending the message, and address and subject and body. You can fill these things and you can drop an email. Send raw email API. You manually specify your own email headers and MIME types. So what is this feedback is, as I said, get send statistics API. If you are configuring an API to get the send statistics is whether the delivery attempts is failed or rejected messages or hard bounces or complaints. So if the messages that you have dropped has reached the sender, or has reached the receiver, how the sender will come to know whether this messages has reached the receiver? Using this get statistics API, he will build a query and he will keep the query for those emails. While sending the emails, he will send the query. If the email is delivered, then it will give a delivery successful message. If the emails are rejected or deleted, then it will say that this email messages are rejected. So hard bounces. So what are the hard bounces is, so if a person is out of office, And if you are dropping a mail, the mail would not be read, or if the person is left the company, for example, if the person has left the company, and you know, and you won't see his email ID in the company, but you are sending that email, so it will be bounced back, and the hard bounces will show you a permanent delivery failure notices. So that is like this sender has left the company, or this sender is not available in your distribution list, etc. Like this, and the delivery message shows that the delivery has been failed. What are the complaints? Complaints are the results of recipients marking a message as spam. So you will be getting a lot of messages from different companies. So for example, if you go to your Gmail inbox, we can see a separate folder as spam. What is spam is? Spam is like a Trojan, or what Trojan, or any something that is fishy. Fishy in the sense, if something looks different and someone is trying to inject an virus into your system, or if you're clicking on something, or it is opening a background a backdoor port in your system, so that can be considered as spam. So why are you not receiving the spam messages? If you open the spam messages, it will leak out your data from your computer, and it will leak out your it will breach your security in your computer. So these are things are done by hackers who tries to hack your system if you are not present in the system, or at the time if you are leaving the system, so they'll try to hack your system. So to avoid these things, we should keep the unwanted vulnerable messages in the spam folder. So even these things can be configured using the get send statistics API query that is enabled in Amazon SES. Now we are going to see SES pricing. So cost per thousand. The CPM is cost per thousand. Email messages are charged at 0.10 per $1,000. Everything in AWS is charged on dollars. So here the pricing shows the list of things that can be priced from which amount to which amount. So data transfer. So when they're saying a email message, what they are showing in the conditions as a message is defined as a single email communication sent to a single email address. So if you are dropping an email from your email address to your friend's email address, that will be considered as a message. A single email communication sent to multiple recipients is considered to be a unique message to each recipient. So if you are dropping one mail to one person, that will be considered as a single message. And if you are dropping one mail to a distribution list in 10, and if the distribution list consists of 10 persons, then it will be considered as 10 messages. So that is how it is calculated per thousand. So how this data transfer is? Data transfer in data transfer, all data transfer is inside that you are receiving is dollar 0.10 per GB. So if you are receiving 1 GB of emails, you will be using Amazon SES service, you will be billed 0.10 per GB. And the data transfer out is first 1 GB per month will be the when if you are configuring an SES service. Okay, if you are configuring an SES service, and the SES, and for the first GB per month will be 0, and up to 10 TB per month will be 0.15 per GB, that is in dollars. So next 40 GB per month will be 0.11 per GB, and next 100 up to 40 TB per month is, sorry for the confusion, up to 10 TB per month. So 1 GB is 1024 MB, and 1 TB is 1024 GB. So like that, the standards increase. So after GB you will have TB. So up to 10 TB per month is 0.15 per GB per GB. It's not per TB. So next 40 TB per month is 0.11 per GB, and next 100 TB per month will be 0.09 per GB. So after 100 TB, every GB this will be for every GB this will be billed, and over 150 TB per month. So after 150 TB is consumed, so for every GB it will be built as 0.08 per GB. This is how the SES pricing do. So if you are using and Amazon EC2 instance. So how will it be? Because they, as they previously said, you'll have some privileges if you are using Amazon EC2 instances. So that's what here it comes into picture. Amazon EC2 instance comes into picture. If you send 1,000 email messages each to one recipient per day with the size of 10 KB, then 31,000 recipients, that is 31,000 recipients sent per month. So 3.1 GB both in and out data transfer will cost 3.73 per month. So instead of putting this per GB rules, if you are using an Amazon EC2 instances, you will be billed per month. So if 31,000 recipients sent per month means if you are dropping one mail to 31,000 recipients, then if both in those mails, if both it can be accommodated within 3.1 GB, then you will be billed around 3.73 per month. If you send to 1,000 email messages each to one recipient per day with a content size of 100 KB. The previous one we have saw with the content size of 10 KB. Now we are saying with content size of 100 KB. 31,000 recipients per month and 31 GB both in and out. There it is 3.1 GB, here it is 31 GB. So 31 GB both in and out data transfer. You will be billed for $10.70 for a month. And the next limits are recipient limits. So while dropping an email, there will be a limit for recipients. So up to 50 addresses for a single message you can share. So if you are sending hi friends, how are you? So you can send that message to 50 persons in the address. In the address list. This includes 2 CC, BBC, and BCC. Either what is two is like dropping an email directly to the person, and CC is dropping an email carbon copy of that email in the person, and BCC or the fields are it's like the persons under the carbon copy are marked in BCC and they are not able to view whether their names are included or not. What is the size is this up to the size of single message can be up to 10 MB can be sent in one message. So in a single email, we can send up to 10 MB of data in a single message. So verified addresses. So up to 100 verified addresses can be whitelisted at any time. So this is a video that shows how you can set up your SES in Amazon console. So let me give this video and let me share this video so that it will be useful for you. How well, it will be showing how to configure this Amazon SES service. And I'm giving you the references for SES. So using these details, you can go through these documents in Amazon.com or and frequently asked questions in SES FAQs, and Amazon SES documentation is also available in this link. So if you want to use the developer tool, this is available at the below link. So thank you. So thanks all for this session, for patiently waiting and lending your ears for my session. Thanks.